Hey everybody, what is going on? It's your boy Iz33, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Shield. Last time we made it into Turffield City, signed up for the gym challenge, and beat Hop along the way. This time we're going to be proceeding to Turffield City from Motorstoke, where we're at, and hopefully beating the next part of the story. We also, in the last episode, picked up quite a few new team members, and we can speak to this guy. He tells you that you can heal up Pokemon with antidotes and potions. I'd much rather pick up this big mushroom, because that's a lot of cha-ching, bling bling, dollar dollar. Now, first Pokemon we're going to run into is a Gossifleur. A new Pokemon in this game, and it's coming up against our Drizzle. And it's gonna get water gunned, basically. A lot of water. Obviously it's not very effective and cotton down to its ability, which means my speed is gonna be shrunk every time I try and kill it. Now obviously this is a bad matchup for me, and I should probably switch out to our little Growlithe. Now you're probably wondering, hey, if you go to the wild area, there's a Firestone there, and I do know where it is. Well, I would. Trust me, I would. However, I'd much rather keep it in this form, because it gets all of its moveset while as a baby Growlithe up to level 34, I do believe. And by then we should at least be able to go to that second part of the wild area and have no real issue in terms of actual strength of Pokemon. Now, I'm actually going to quickly head back to the Pokemon Center, and I will return when I'm back. Okay, so we're back here on Route 3, and we got a training battle here, talking about opening ceremony to the gym challenge. Obviously we were a part of it. Now we're coming up against Celeste Ray. She sends out a Vulpix. Luckily we are starting with Drizzle and can actually just probably insta-kill it with a Water Pulse. Probably is strong enough to do that. Yep, there we go. Down it goes. And yeah, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon on my main profile recently, and it's been Christmas, it's been and gone. I'm looking forward to New Year. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, giving away a load of Dreepies as we pick up a nice 3 Heal Balls. Very nice Pokeball that is. Didn't even see a Pokemon there, but that's a Sizzlipede. If I wasn't running a Growlithe, I would probably run this thing, because it is quite strong and it does have a G-Max form. Now, we're gonna rotate our bodies all the way around here to the next part of this area as we battle another trainer. Talking about foreign languages, weird, I know a few foreign languages. I used to be very good at French, and I do have relatives living in Spain, so I do know some Spanish to get me by over there. Tried learning Swedish, didn't end too well, and this Panchamp's life isn't going to end too well because it's confused. And it does actually hit us, which is a surprise. I thought it would kind of fail. We'll pound it to death with our tongue. Ew, that was gross. And it killed itself. Lovely. Always a fun thing to see when a Pokemon decides, nah, I've had enough. And yeah, we're doing not terribly. There is a lot of things I would do differently, but let's beat this trainer. Yeah, we'll do some battling here, because we do need to level up this team. I felt quite underleveled in that Hop fight, if I remember correctly. And yeah, Drizzle is not too good against a Badoo. Let's send out either Rookedy or Growlithe. I prefer Growlithe because it has the surefire killing move. Whereas I don't know if Rookedy has a flying move. So, here we go. Intimidate time, and yeah, we're doing good here, to say the least. Flame Wheel on lock, kills the Badoo, and yeah, we're gonna proceed here. Now, one thing that I've been doing recently on my Pokemon is actually completing the Pokedex, and now one other thing I've been doing with my time is actually I've been trying to complete the Pokedex on my main account, and a few Pokemon that I'm missing obviously are version exclusive or really hard to find in Dent, and I've used all of my wishing pieces. So what I've been actually having to do is hope that I find a random one as we meet Sonia here. But yeah, I need Rhyperior, Zacian, Seedot, and a couple of others here and there. I've only got like 22 to find out of the 400 odd. But as you see here, we meet Sonia. She's telling us about this oil field, how it's owned by Chairman Rose's company. Still don't know its name. And he basically saying we need to go through Route 3. Apparently the chairman seems a brilliant guy for some reason. And Sonia here gives us the escape rope. Now, in previous incarnations of this game, the escape rope was a one-time use item as Sonia heals up our team as well. Thank you. But the escape rope was a one-time use thing. This game is its own key item and doesn't need multiple, but for you to be able to escape multiple caves, you just need the one, and you can get through a lot of places. And what it does is it'll bring you back to the entrance of the cave or the area. Essentially a teleport out to safety. But we run here into this postman, and he uses Delibird. Now, obviously, this game is an incarnation of the United Kingdom. The region is based on it, and developers have obviously tried to encompass what makes us British. They've got the UK police force design on policemen. They've got postmen, which is a reminder of Postman Pat. Looks like one. Anyway, he does look like Postman Pat. And there's also a whole load of other things. And the chairman is kind of like the prime minister in sense on how they've made him. But yeah, this isn't a terrible recreation of the UK. Obviously, we had a load of mines and quarries in our past, and we've got in this game there's quite a couple of them. There's trains, which we have probably one of the vastest train networks in the world. You've got the big towers like Big Ben. You've got a Tower of London-esque thing. You've got quite a few United Kingdom sort of looking things. Now, right here, we get a Draining Kiss for our routes. I'm actually going to replace Disarming Voice because I prefer a routes with a actual move like that. Now, Dottler here is an absolute pain. It's, I do believe, Electric Bug, and it is very bulky. It's kind of the Charger Bug of the game. Struggle Bug is an absolute nightmarish move in this game as well. should also point out. Because it lowers your SP attack. And that is not a good thing if you're a water type whose basic moveset is special. Now, it also has a light screen, that is an even more annoying thing. Let's just pound it to death. There we go. Down it goes, and yeah, we're gonna just proceed without really any issues here. Rookedy levels up. Maybe close to it evolving. I don't know what level Rookedy evolves. I've not properly used one. I usually just catch a Gmax Corviknight. Or I have in my main. So I haven't really used the pre-evos. In fact, I haven't really used many Pokemon in my main profile. And considering I have like 380, 370 Pokemon. Now, this woman you'll probably see on the other end, but it's actually her little sister. They're basically a little Poke Center at the entrance to the Galar mine. Now we'll enter into the mine, and obviously you see there's Pokemon walking around. There's Drillbur, there's the new rock Pokemon. There's that minecart, which is actually a Pokemon, and we're gonna grab this item here. It's a revive, okay. And hello, Mr. Miner. Worker Keith gives us a cheeky smile as he throws out a rock and roller. Now, one thing that I do remember about this game, in comparison to Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, Pokemon have abilities in this game, which is actually a huge thing. Because last game it was kind of annoying, because you had to remember every Pokemon's abilities from previous generations, and when you came up with things like a Roggenrola or a Geodude and Graveler in previous games, you had to realize, oh, they have Sturdy, or they have blah blah blah. And in this game, that's kind of not a thing. Now we come up here and we pick up the TM for Rock Blast, and Rock Blast is a fairly strong move if you give it like a not binding claw. There's a thing that allows you to amplify consecutive strike attacks. I forget what it is. There's also 3 Great Balls there. We may use them soon. I don't know. I don't even know what I plan to use as my last few Pokemon in our team. Now we're just going to battle every trainer as we avoid that one. Don't worry, we do have to walk back out that way. Pick up TM for Scary Face, and if I remember correctly, there is an important battle in this area. So I am kind of being wary about our battles. I'm actually going to battle you. So we're actually looking for a certain Pokemon. We don't want another fire type, we've already got Growlithe. I know one of the team that we've got to get, that'll be probably our 6th member at the time we do get it. And actually, I think I might know what our last team member will be. Yeah, I have an idea. I have an idea of what team I want to run, and it's going to be an absolute pain for me to do. So yeah, we're going to keep water pulsing this Timber. Dead to rights, they just died to one of them. Very strong. And how many Timbers do you need? This is the 3rd one in a row. And you only have 3. Okay. So it makes a change for me to be doing something like this. And yeah, I'm gonna obviously look to get this team up. Tearful Look. As much as I want to use it, I'd much rather not. And we'll level up our routes here. She's level 13. And you're now smiling because you lost. Makes sense. And yeah, we'll come up this part of the route. Another trainer here. We'll just grab this nice little hardstone before we do. And yeah. Hi! working women are good at Pokemon battles too. Yeah, and you're a giant in comparison to me. So, Sandra sends out a Diglett. I absolutely despise Diglett. It's probably one of my least favourite Pokemon. And the reason that is, I have friends who, when I was playing Pokemon, well, not Pokemon, Minecraft ages ago, I used to play a thing called Pixelmon, and I met some friends on there. They're Dutch, and they had an affinity for Digletts and Dugtrios. And this was pre-Alolan Dugtrio. Like, it was around the same time that they were releasing Pokemon Sun and Moon, the original Pokemon Sun and Moon. And essentially, what they did was set up a... Firstly, around my base, they set up a load of breeders with Digletts in and Dugtrios. Then they decided to build a shrine for Diglett around my base. They built a hotel, the Diglett Hotel, and they built a load more Diglett statues around where I live. Now, obviously, I was like away at the time they did this. They did this all in a day, and it was a very, very big build in terms of what they did. And I was like, what the balls have you done? Like, when I came back. Because obviously I'm staff on that server when I used to play, and I just came back and saw it. I'm like, okay. I mean, I've got no quarrels with it, other than I hate the Pokemon, and they know it. And I also, in the same time, I was starting a project. On the server, I was building the Pokemon Platinum Battle Frontier, and I managed to set it up. And one thing that obviously came to me was there's Pokemon statues. Now, I gave them the chance to build a statue of any Pokemon. I was hoping they wouldn't choose Diglett, yet they chose to build a glass Diglett. Now, I obviously got kind of assumed it was going to happen, and yeah, that's basically the end of that story. I got annoyed, and they also set up a Diglett gym. I forgot to mention that. They set up a gym full of Digletts, and they gave you a Diglett as a prize for beating the gym. Yikes. Now, what we're seeing here is a random person, a mystery guy that we saw in the gym challenge sign up, talking to us. He's basically saying any trainer with a wishing star piece can try and beat him. So we're going to battle him. He wants our wishing star pieces. Let's see what we can do. You're the gym challenger endorsed by the champion, aren't you? What a joke. You're aware that the chairman is more important than the champion, right? I was chosen by the chairman himself, so that makes me more amazing than you, does it? The champion's stronger in Pokemon battles, so clearly I'm better. And you're throwing out a Great Ball. That's one little touch I like, is they've changed the Pokeballs that trainers throw out. And look at that nonchalant throw out. Anyway, this is going to be Bede. He starts off with a Solosis, and yeah, he specializes in sort of Psychic type-esque Pokemon. We're just going to Water Pulse it down. Pretty simple, am I right? And you can tell this character's meant to be important if he gets mid-battle speeches. Not many trainers get that, so obviously he must have some importance. He sends out a Gothorita now. Probably one of my favourite Gen 4 Pokemon. There is another one that I prefer more. In fact, it's probably one of my favourites. But Gen 4 does have quite a lot of nice Pokemon. Wait, that's Gen 5. What am I on about? Gothorita's Gen 5. Whoops. Nah, Gen 4 is got some of my best Pokemon. This is probably one of my favourite Gen 5 Pokemon. Got there eventually. Anyway, Growlithe leveled up to level 17. He sent out a Hatena. Oh dear, what have I been doing? Well, whatever. Okay, Hatena. It can be a very strong Pokemon, this thing. In fact, its evolved form is devastating to face. And yeah, we're actually gonna allow it to fire off a confusion. And actually does confuse us, oh boy. Now we're just hoping we don't miss as we go for a bleh. Please hit. Not myself, I meant the other Pokemon. Come on. Might lose here. It's level 16, and there's a confusion gout. Blech. I just realised Drizzle just throws like a water balloon at the opposition in a sense to fire off its ability. That's water. Wow, you're mad. And then he's trying to act cool because he wasn't trying so hard. Anyway, we can easily beat you. You want wishing stars. I don't care. I'm just gonna walk through the route and beat you. But yeah, I think this is probably a good time to end off this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're here or if you want to, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.